word collectors. I was talking to Gus today. And do you know what? Gus was doing a lot of reading last night, and he mentioned to me that he collected words while he was reading. I bet a lot of you guys are doing the same thing. Gus says that he noticed something really interesting about one of his words. Let's take a look at the word that he showed me. This word says recharge. Gus told me he thought this word was really tricky because he said he couldn't figure out what the charge in this word meant. Is it talking about charging your phone to give it more power? Is it talking about like when mom and dad use a credit card and they have to charge it? Or what about animals, like someone or somebody charges you and knocks you over? And you know what I did? I listened to Gus talk about this, and then I said, hey Gus, I want you to show me the page of writing that you were reading when you saw the word recharge. He read me the whole page to show me what he was reading, and we could look at the pictures. So let's see. Can I tell you something? The word recharge isn't really tricky for me at all, because when I used the whole page, the words around recharge, and I used the pictures, oh my goodness, I could figure out what recharge meant. Gus and I agreed that we have to triple check that you are doing the same work when you are reading and collecting words. So today I want to teach you that word collectors don't just study the prefix that we've been looking at or look at the base word to figure out what a word means. They also have to think about what's happening in the text, and they have to use all of the words around their tricky words to figure out what they might mean. So Gus and I thought we could try this with an information book today. Okay? I don't know if you've ever seen this book, but I think it's going to be a great one for us to look at today, and it's called Never Smile at a Monkey. Okay? So I picked a page in here, and I thought we could look at this today, and we're going to be on the lookout for some unfamiliar words. If we find any, especially unfamiliar words with prefixes, we're going to stop and we're going to figure out what they mean. Okay? So I want you to follow along with me. We're going to read this page about a blue-ringed octopus. Okay? Never bother a blue-ringed octopus. The octopus is small enough to rest in the palm of your hand. Unfortunately, whoa, that's a tricky word. The first thing that we do when we find a tricky word is read what comes before the word, and we try to read what comes after the word and think about what it might mean. So let's read around it and see if we can figure out what it means. The octopus is small enough to rest in the palm of your hand. Unfortunately, it is also one of the world's most poisonous animals. Wow. I mean, look at this picture. At first, I thought it would be really fun to hold a cute little octopus. But now I'm thinking that it wouldn't be so fun. It'd be miserable because an octopus is full of poison. So it seems like this tricky word has to be something bad, right? Because unfortunately, it is one of the most poisonous animals. Poison is bad, so I'm thinking unfortunately must mean something bad. Okay, so now let's check for the parts of the word that I recognize, since they can help me figure out what the word really means. So let's look. Unfortunately, I see We've been studying haven't we? Means like not or the opposite of. And fortunately, whoa, what a tricky word. I don't know this word, but I know I've heard the word fortunately. So let's think. Fortunately means like kind of like lucky, right? What do you think? Maybe fortune or money. Maybe you're lucky or you're rich. Oh my goodness. So maybe unfortunately means not lucky. What do you guys think? Not lucky? Because we know that poison is not lucky, right? So let's see. But I can't just guess. I have to reread the part that we just read, and I have to see if my guess of what that word means, if it makes sense. So let's look at it again. I'm going to read it. The octopus is small enough to rest in the palm of your hand. Unfortunately, so not lucky, it is also one of the world's most poisonous animals. Does that make sense? It does. Whew, that does make sense. sense. I think we've got it. So it really means to be not lucky, really unfortunate to pick up this animal because, whoa, I bet they're really dangerous and we know they're full of poison and that would be bad. Whoa, guys, did you see how I had to read what was before the word? And then I didn't just stop at the word. I made sure I read what came after the word. I checked for the parts of the words that had meanings that I know, like unfortunate. And then finally I reread and I was thinking, did it make sense? And all that thinking and working really paid off because I figured out what unfortunately meant, right? I'm going to collect that word and I'm going to add it to my scrapbook because unfortunately is a word that I worked really hard on today and I think I need to add it. So I'm going to add it. Unfortunately. Good job. I'm going to hold on to that and I'm going to put it in my folder. Awesome, guys. I'm going to add it to our class scrapbook. Man, but what is this? Gus, did you add this to our book? Oh, Gus, what did you add? It looks like he added some information as he read this book like this and to teach us a little more about this blue-ringed octopus. Thank you, Gus. So let's see. It looks like Gus has already highlighted some of the tricky words in this writing. I want you to take a minute, and after we've talked, I want you to pause the video, and I want you to read through the passage, and I want you to try to figure out what the tricky words mean by using all of the things that we talked about today. I want you to pay attention to what came before it, what came right after it. Ask yourself, what parts do I know? And then once I've made a good guess, I want to reread it and ask, does it make sense? So right now, pause the video, read what Gus read us, and see what you can figure out. When you are done, unpause the video, and we will keep working. Oh, friends, guys, this is some tricky work, isn't it? So tricky. I bet this work could really help you in your book baggies. What do you think? I bet you have a bunch of books in your book bag of books, or maybe some books on Epic or wherever you're reading that you might run into some tricky words that you don't know what they mean. Oh my goodness, you're gonna look around the word for clues that can help you. You're gonna look for the parts that you know. You're gonna look for what comes before it, what comes after it, and ask yourself if you make sense. And when you figure out those words, can you jot them just like I did so we can add them to our class scrapbook? I think that would be awesome. So guys, today as you head off and read, I really want you to do this work of using words, parts, and what's happening in the world, in the word, to make a meaning. So as you head off and read today, I want you to do this work. And when you find out what a word means by using everything you know, put it on a sticky note and send a picture to your teacher so she can add it to your scrapbook. All right, off you go.